After your host, Adrian. Yeah, it's a wonderful introduction. I was born in '69, been doing comedy since the '70s. Safe to say it's going well. Here's a fun fact about that number 10,000 and the very Salish people. I learned that so there are various Salish tribes and bands, and what I learned is that if they have a common word or a word that sounds very similar, that word is proven to be over 10,000 years old. Not even kidding, because at one point we were all banded together, and then we kind of veered off and made way west. So, not a joke, just a fun fact. Yeah, but for real, we've been here for a while. All right, are we recording, Mom? You can start now. All right. Yeah. How are we doing, Zach Studio? Good to hear. Good to hear. I'm not sure why I call it the Zach Studio. Okay, I'm getting some notes from the Zach people in the back. They're saying, "Don't do that. Don't do that. You're dead." Okay, we won't do that again. I think I call it that because the last time I was like, "Hey, what's up, Zach? How we doing tonight?" There was one guy in the back. He's like, "Not so good, Thomas." I was like, "Oh yeah, what's going on?" He's like, "Well, I'm getting kicked out of my house. The landlord's selling." I was like, "Oh well, I don't really care, man. I'm trying to do a setup here." I'm gonna presume that guy's name was Zach. So we'll work on that. We'll call it the Zach Studio for now. Yeah, I've actually only been doing comedy for about 9 months now. Thank you. I'd say it's going well. It's really fun. I really like the community here. What's really cool, I tell people this, and I compare it to other scenes, and what makes Missoula really cool is that, they're super supportive, people are nice, and it's not just a bunch of white dudes. Seriously, that's what people, at least in Montana, that appears to be the scene. I'm getting the nod from Sarah. Because we honestly have some like killer female comics in town. Right? And we have an awesome like queer scene. We have like gay, trans people, and your couple token native guys here. No, but I feel blessed and supported hanging out up here. It would be nice, because that's this is all very new to me, and I always had that thought in the back of my mind, like, what would it be like to pursue comedy full time? And I was like, it'd be really fun, but it's such a risk, it's such a gamble. And then one of my friends was like, well, aren't Indians really known for gambling? I was like, yeah, but we don't really win usually. The machine just takes my money. The only time I ever win is at the ATM. It's the only time I get cash back. So I'm not gonna stick with my day job. Let's see. I got some good news and I got some bad news. The good news is I started seeing this lady. Yeah, the bad news is that she's Blackfeet. Yeah, I know. So if you guys don't know, Blackfeet people, they're up in northwest Montana in Canada, and they're just, they're known for being violent and angry all the time, and I don't get it. I don't get it. And I think it's ironic because present day Canadians are so nice. That's it. Yeah, I just don't get it. I think it's because there's so many of them, right? I had one of my Blackfeet friends told me, he said, Thomas, the Blackfeet are like they're like bird shit. They're everywhere. I was like, I went down on a fire assignment in North Carolina. Sure enough, found a Blackfeet guy over there. Went down to Hawaii. He's like, there's a whole family living over there, so can't get rid of them, unfortunately. Maybe that's why they're mad. A lot of friction, I'm guessing. No, but this chick's cool. I was introduced. I know, we're only like 2 days in. Need a personal record. No, she's cool. I was telling my pops about her, and he's like, well, yeah, what is she like? You know, I was like, well, she's pretty cool. You know, she can like cook, clean. She's a powwow dancer. She plays basketball. You know, she took up a beating recently, and my pops was like, oh, she's a fighter? I was like, no, Dad, she took a beating. Although she does practice MMA, and then so that means she likes to choke back, which is something I didn't know I was into. We're always learning new stuff about me, you know. No, but she's cool. But she does hit too with the fists. So if you guys see me with hickeys and black eyes tomorrow, don't be alarmed. I remember the first time I came home with black eyes and hickeys, and my mom. You guys know this. You guys are around 7, 8 years old or something. Staying the night over at a friend's house. I come home, and my mom was like, Thomas, what is that? And I'm just like, stop right in my tracks. I was like, I fell. On my face and my neck and my back. Yeah, it's kind of weird how hickeys are kind of viewed, I guess, in native cultures and black guys too. You know, some people might be alarmed, but if my roommate walks in, he's got, he's all marked up. I'm just gonna start slow clapping. Because these are things to be celebrated, It's an achievement. Now, so this lady, she's a nurse, but she's not registered. I always found that term to be so funny. You're a registered nurse, right? So this lady's not registered. So she's like, I'm delivering babies. She's like trying to push them back in there. We had this guy when I was in middle school. He would show this video of a birth, right? And it was on a VHS tape. And the baby would exit the womb, enter the world, and then he would pause it and hit the reverse button. I'll let you guys use your imagination. And he'd go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it wasn't for like a sex ed class or anything. It was just like, it's like doing it for his own entertainment. I can still picture that now. It was quite the image. So yeah, I don't know what else she does. Like, I guess she can't draw blood, but I don't know, maybe she could color it still, Yeah. Let's see how long this lasts. Yeah, it's good to be here, man. I noticed there's a lot of natives in Missoula. I'm really proud to be from here, and yeah, I see natives, in town, in places of business, and it's just it's a really cool sight. We got some natives in the crowd tonight. Is that right? Yeah, let's hear it. Don't be shy. All right, how about my non-natives? All right. Does anybody in the crowd, any non-native in the crowd here, know a native person? I want to be a little scared. Okay, can I get a name of a native person you know? Jacinda. Yes. Jacinda, she sells me Percocets. It's really cool. We're like, we all know each other in Missoula. We're like all in this Facebook group. It's called like Natives in Missoula too. The first one got infiltrated, so that's what's happening there. I had a recent Native comic friend telling me, he's like, hey Thomas, I noticed that you don't address the fact that you're Native on stage. And I was like, well, that's kind of the cool thing, yeah, about this community. It's like, I don't really think I need to, I just think it's assumed. Like, what other proof do you want? He's like, well, I grew up in this area where, you know, they might think you're Mexican. I was like, oh shit, well, I don't want that, man. I'm gonna have to start doing this every other show. But yeah, natives and or people in natives in Missoula crack me up, but so do white people in Missoula. You know, I was walking out of a gas station one time, and I just see this line of cars, right? And they all have dream catchers in their rear view mirrors, right? And you think about it, it's probably not a good place to be taking a nap. Then again, maybe it is, because everyone's getting kicked out of their houses because they can't afford rent here in Missoula. No, I'm just kidding. I have one in my rear view mirror because like sometimes I'll be driving down the highway and just feel like taking a snooze. I'll just like put it on cruise control and just like shut my eyes. And then I always end up where I need to be. It's in a bed. It's a hospital bed. But it's better than living in my car. What else? There's a bridge nearby, and it's going to be given a name. I'm sure you guys heard of it, right? The Bear Tracks Bridge. Yeah. There's some outrage over that. I mean, I don't know if you could call it that. It's mostly just like some angry white dudes on the internet. They say, you know, it's always going to be Higgins Bridge to me. I'm always like, yeah, well, you're not going to be here for very long. Plus, they had a whole meeting about it. You know, it's going to be the name from here on out. Let's see. I'm going to end with this. I'm going to tell you guys one of the first Native jokes that was ever created. Some of you guys might know this one. So, Bear walks into a bar, right? And he asks Deer, can I get something to drink? And then Deer says, why the big pause? All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you.